Welcome back friends to the part 15 of the tutorial series. In this part we will start working on the cart service, and since this cart service is going to be a pretty detailed service, so I will break this into two parts. Okay, so in part 1 we will start working on it, and in part 2 we will finalize the cart service. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing that I would need is a cart model. So I'll go to the models folder, go to new TypeScript file. I'll name it cart model. Inside this file I'll export an interface named cart model, and this will have a count of the products that I have and the product data. This will be a type of product model array. Okay, that's it. Next, inside the services folder, I'll create a new service using my Angular schematic code generation, and this will be my cart service. So go to service, cart, and I'll skip the test files. This is the command ng generate service cart hyphen skip tests equal to true, in case you want to generate it using the command line. So once that is generated here, I'll minimize the sidebar. Okay, this is my cart service, and the very first thing is to define few variables here. Local variables. The first is my server URL, and I'm making all these as private, that these cannot be accessed from outside this class. The server URL will be environment dot as my this one, not the prod one, the other one, dot backend API URL. The next thing is a cart data array, which will be of type cart model, and this will be the initial definition of how my cart data array will look like. So it will have the count set to 0 and the product data set to an empty array. That's it. The last thing is an observable for cart data, and I'll denote it with a $sign here, and this will be new behavior subject, okay, of type cart model. Okay, so the initial value, the count will be 0 and the product data is empty array. Okay, another thing we will need is the total amount. Initially it's 0, and an observable for total amount observable. So this will also be a new behavior subject. Will have a value of 0, and this is of type number. Okay, so next, inside the constructor I need to inject few services which I will be using throughout the course. So first is my HTTP client service from the HTTP client package that's imported from Angular common HTTP. Next one is my loading controller. After that I'll use my alert controller, then the toast controller, and also I'll use the storage from Ionic storage package. So you need to install this package. I've already installed it before recording this video. So the command will be, let me type it here, npm install @ionic/storage. Okay, This is to install the storage package. Okay, once installed, you can import the storage, inject the storage package here in the constructor. And also, once you do that, you need to go to your app module here and write the statement ionic storage module dot for root, like what you have for ionic module. You need to import the similar storage module and put it in the imports array in your app module file. Okay, once that is done, you should be good to go. Next, the last one I would need is the router service from Angular router, and make sure you import all these from their respective packages, otherwise it won't work, in case your IDE is not able to do that on its own. Okay, so in my constructor, I'll initialize the total amount to 0, and I'll check the storage whether it has a key or the name of cart. If it has, then it will give me some data, and if data is there, I want to assign this data to my cart data array, because I am going to store the cart data in the storage, the ionic storage, so that it is persistent, and the observable will emit the next event and with the cart data array value in it. And I'll put a to do here, calculate total. Okay, once that is done, I'll go down here. I'll add the first function. This is my cart data, and this will return observable of cart model. Okay, this is to return this observable. Okay, copy and return this, or I have to use this keyword dot as observable, so that my components can subscribe to this and get the information. Right, so let's write our function. That's our add to cart function. Add to cart, that's the most important function here, which will take a product of type product model. Okay, and I'll make it async. So first of all, let me create a loader here, which I can present or dismiss as needed, and I'll use the loading controller for this using the create method. This is the regular stuff we all know. For the message, I'll say adding to cart dot animated, so it should be true. Spinner, I'll use circles here, and backdrop Christmas is false, show backdrop is true. That's it. I'll also create an alert here using the alert controller. Await alert controller dot create. The header, I'll write cart updated. Okay, and for the buttons, I'll use an array here, because buttons, it takes an array of objects, right? The first one will have a text of continue and a role of cancel. Role of cancel. Oops. I'll give it a class of continue, so I can style the button or the text maybe, and a handler function. Okay, so to show something has happened. Console log product added. You can remove it later if not needed. Okay, the next button that I'll have is my view cart button. and it will have a class of view-cart and a handler function which will take the user to the cart page, which is my tab 3. Okay, I'll use the Angular router for that. Once that is done, I'll put a comma here where the button array ends, and I'll define the other properties here: animated, message, product, added to cart. Backdrop dismiss is false, and CSS class, let's say add product. I'll also define a toast here, toast, using the toast controller, await toast controller dot create. And as you can see, I'm only defining these as of now. I'm not using the present method, so this will not be presented immediately. Okay, so message will be only 5 allowed in cart. This is the limit that I have defined in my coding, so that a user is only allowed to order a maximum of 5 numbers of a particular product. So if you choose a bag, you can order a maximum of 5 in terms of quantity for that particular product. So maximum quantity allowed or reached. That is the header. The duration is 2 seconds. You can change it if you like. Position, for position I'll choose bottom, and animated, of course, true. Color, warning, it will be presented in yellow color. And then for the buttons, I'll again define an array of objects. Side is end, role is cancel, and text is OK. So when you click that button, it will have a text written as OK, and that will do nothing. Alright, with this we'll end this and collapse the toast as well. Now the first thing is, whenever you click the add to cart button, it will show you the loader that it's adding the product in the cart. Okay, so we will have few conditions here. The first condition is when the cart is completely empty. That means what? My cart data array dot count is equal to 0, or I'll say cart is not completely empty. So my count is not 0. I have some products. Okay, I'll go to else statement here, else block here. So inside this, okay, that means I have some products in the cart. Okay, I'll first calculate index. Okay, so I'll define a variable here with the name index, and this will be cart data array dot product data dot find index of what. So I'll iterate through each of my products, and I'll try to match the ID of each individual products with the product that I receive here. Okay, in my parameter, so product.id. So if there is a match, that means the index is not equal to equal to -1. So if index is greater than -1, it could be 0 or more, but not -1. Okay, I'll first check whether the limit the maximum purchase disable quantity to 5 per product per order. Okay, so if this .cart data array dot data with the given index dot incart, so I have an incart attribute, if you remember, is greater than equal to 5, I'll make sure that the incart is never exceeding the value of 5. Also, after this is done, I will need to perform a total. To do calculate total, because I don't have a function here to do the total, so I put a tool to here. Next, I'll set the storage using the storage.set method and update the cart here with the cart data array and use the block here. So my storage or the cart is updated, right? And I'll await loader. I'll displace the loader here, and I'll present my toast that we say, hey, you have reached the maximum limit there. And since I have defined a duration in my toast, if you remember, I don't need to use a dismiss method. It will automatically dismiss after 2 seconds. Next, there's the else block. Okay, that means the limit has not been reached yet. So I'll cut the array dot product data index dot incart. I'll increment it by 1. Okay, so this is a shorthand to say to write this. Okay, if I remove this, I can write the similar thing like this. Okay, is the equivalent, and it saves us a lot of time. Or you can also do plus plus. This also works, but I'll stick with this so that many people will be able to understand in a better manner. Again, whenever you increment the cart quantity, you have to calculate the total again and set the pretty much do this again. Okay, and after this is done, both of the if and else statement, either one of them, then we emit the cart data observable that we have a new value or some change in the cart data array, so please get the new value. Okay, next, so this is where the if ends. The index is not greater than 1. Okay, when the product is not in cart array but the cart is not empty. So this dot cart data array dot prod data dot push, I'll simply push the product in the cart. Okay, so after I push it, it will have a new index for which I'll use the same condition here, but name it new product index. Okay, so as to avoid any confusions with this and this, between this and this. Okay, so it will try to find the product in the array and get me the index number, and it will surely be greater than -1 because it's a new product added in the cart. It will have a index for sure. So I'll go to my cart data array, product data, new product index, and set the incart value to 1. Okay, once you do that, you know the stuff. You need to perform the total, set the cart data item, and dismiss the loader, and here I'll not display the toast, I'll display the alert to the user that says, hey, the product has been added to the cart. The toast will be used only once when you reach the maximum limit. That's it. Alert.present, and the count, it has a count field as well, the cart data array. So this needs to be updated, okay, because there is no way it could update it on its own. So I will assign this to the length of my array, current array, and storage.set, let me put it down here, because if I put it there, I will not have the count updated. Okay, also cart data observable should update its subscribers with a new value. In the else statement, so when my card data count is equal to 0, that means the card is empty, absolutely empty. Let me put a note here. When the card is absolutely empty, it's simple. Card data array dot product data dot push. What do I want to push? I want to push by product, and I'll put an object there. Dot product and in card. So all the properties that are there in product as it is, and the in card value is 1. Okay, this is a shorthand notation. So if you put 3 dots, it will expand. It's known as your spread operator. It will expand the product object and put whatever it has there, including the in card, which will be undefined, and then you can change any parameter there, okay, with any values. But make sure you expand the object first, and then you can change the value here. Okay, let me quickly finish this function because we are already over 20 minutes now, and remaining we will cover in the next part, like creating a function to remove from cart, update cart, calculate the total, all those things. Those are not as big as this one. This is the lengthiest function that you can think of. So I'll put a to do here, and again I'll set the storage. I'll dismiss the loader, present the alert, and emit the changes to my subscribers. So that's it. If I save the changes, and before I do that, I need to quickly go to my prod detail page, prod detail.html. Okay, where is it? The add to cart button, button. Yeah, there it is. I'll put a click listener, add product, and here I'm going to pass the product. Okay, so it's pretty simple. This dot cart service. Okay, I need to first inject the cart service here. Let's do that quickly. And cart service dot add to cart and pass in the product. That's it. That's it. Now if you go here in your app, okay, under applications, let me remove all this. So this is your ionic storage that you get, okay, and it's currently empty. I go to this logo collection, click add to cart. Something happened or not? Let me check the console. Add to cart is not a function. Oh my god. Go back to cart. Well, it is a function. A function. So I might have missed some syntax here. Go back to detail page. Add product. Yeah, so it's a function. Okay, there you go. So now you see we have this cart updated, product added to cart. If you hit continue, you will stay here. But if you click on view cart, it will be taken to the cart page, which is empty right now. Go back to the shopping page, and if you click it 3 more times, okay, so you have 5 items now. And you can refresh this and see the in cart value for this product. It's 5. Now if you click again, say maximum quantity reached, only 5 allowed in cart. Okay, and click on OK if you want to. Okay, so that is how it works. So in the next part, part 2, we will work on the other functions like calculating a total and removing the product, all those things. Okay, so till then, please put your comments in the comment section, and if you have any suggestions, put that there as well. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel with your friends. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe and enjoy the series. Bye bye.